I would like to give the list of methods. So whatever the interfaces I wrote here, every interface contains some list of methods. They are very simple to use in WebDimpro side. But in today's class, I'll try to give everything, whatever the methods we are going to use from so-and-so interface, I'll try to write here. So first interface is IFWD context element. This is an interface. So in this interface, there are some methods like get attribute and set attribute. I'll tell you how to use, when to use, what is the situation to use. I'll tell you in the examples. But as of today's class is concerned, I want to give all the list of methods. Similarly, we are going to use get static attributes and then set static attributes. And then there is one more method, set static attributes null. It's also a method. So these are the methods of first interface. So every day we are going to use these methods, very important interface. And let us write second interface methods. IFWD context node. That also contains some methods, something like move next, move previous, move first, move last, move to in the bracket index, and invalidate. Then we are going to use create element. We are going to use create element. Then we are going to use something like remove element. Then find element. Then similarly bind elements. Bind structure, bind table, then get element, get element in the bracket index, get element in the bracket index, and get element count. Get element count, then clear selection. Don't worry, there are several methods, but they are very simple to use. I can give that guarantee. And then is selected, set selected, then get selected elements, then get static attributes table, then get lead selection, index, get lead selection is also there. So these are the methods of second interface. These are the methods of second interface. So now there is a third interface, IFWD window. So this also contains some list of methods. Open, close, then set window title, set window size, set window position, and then we have some more methods. So you can directly go to SE24 and you can analyze. If you don't remember the methods, you can go to this SE24. So you can see there are some methods here. Subscribe to button event, unsubscribe to button event, then you can see set remove on close, then set close button, and you can see set default button and set button enabled. So like that, these are the important methods in this interface. And there is one more interface like IFWD window manager. IFWD window manager, then that also contains some methods. It's an interface and it contains some methods like create underscore window, then create underscore window for CMP usage, create underscore external underscore window, create confirm to pop-up. So these are the 4 methods of this interface. Then there is one more interface, IFWD message manager. So this also contains important methods like report success, report warning, report error message, and report attribute. Don't be panicked by looking at these methods. They are very simple to use. I'll tell you the techniques how to use those methods. And report exception. Report exception. Then report T100 message. Report T100 message, then clear messages, then remove message. So these are the methods of this interface. And similarly, there is one more interface, IFWD component. IFWD component. This also contains some methods, and let me check which methods are important here. You can see get underscore ID, and you can see get window manager, get portal manager, get portal manager, then you can see add event handler, and remove event handler, then you can see this is important, get component information, you can see save configuration, delete configuration, then cancel configuration. Then you can see get application, get personalization, manager. And then get component usage, and get component usages. So these are the methods of this interface. Now there is one more interface, IFWD component usage. IFWD component usage, this is an interface. In this interface, there are some important methods like create underscore component, delete underscore component, then has active component, then get interface controller. So these are the methods of this interface, very important. Then there is one more interface, IFWD portal integration. So this also contains some methods. Navigate absolute, then navigate relative, then fire, subscribe, then unsubscribe. These are the methods of portal integration interface. Similarly, we are going to use IFWD view. That's also an interface. It contains some methods, something like get current action, reset view, and let me open that. You can go to SE24 and you can check which methods are important methods here. You can see get element, get root element, then request focus on view element, then set root element. So these are the important methods of IFWD view interface. And then let me go to IFWD controller. So in IFWD controller there are some methods. Let me write those things. Get underscore component, get underscore message, and get underscore something like context, get underscore action. Let me open that. Get controller info, then get personalization manager, then get message manager. This is also required. So these are the methods of this interface. Then let me write, I'll explain each and every method, how to use and when to use. But let me complete all these things. IFWD application. So IFWD application is also one interface. It contains some methods. Get application info and get remote address. Then get client info, client environment. Let me open that. Then get configuration ID. Then set window title, which is application window title. Print page, this is to provide print options. Then that's it. These are the important methods. Now let me use this also. IFWD context node info. That's also an interface. So here you will have add child node. It's a method name. Then add new child node. It's a method. Add new child node. Then remove child node. Then add attribute. Then remove attribute. Then get child node. Then get attribute. So these are the methods of this interface. And moreover, the last one, IFFPM UI building block. IFFPM UI building block, that's an interface. And you can use process underscore event. It's a method. Then process before output. It's a method. After failed event. It's a method. Then after failed event, then flush. It's a method. Then needs confirmation. It's a method. So these are the methods of this interface. So here, this particular interface, as I said, this interface and its methods comes under floor plan manager. It comes under floor plan manager topic. And IFWD context node info, this comes under context based programming. Remember that. And IFWD application, this comes under application based programming. Then IFWD controller, this comes under controller based programming. Then this is a view based programming. Then this is portal integration programming. Then this one, component usage, this comes under cross component programming. Cross component programming. very simple. Then IFWD component, this comes under component based programming. And then IFWD message manager, so this we use it in messages. So messages based programming. Message based programming. Then IFWD window manager, this comes under window based programming. Then this also comes under same. IFWD window, this also comes under window based programming. And IFWD context node, it's very, very important, that is context based programming. And first one also comes under context based programming. So these are the different categories. These are the technical words we use for each interface. Now, not only this, I want to introduce some more options, some more standard options. So you can observe here. I'm going to SEIT. I think we have created one component. I did not remember. Let me open one component which I created last time. Okay, let me open some component here. So in your component, you can see there are wizard options. In component, there are some wizard options. So let me go to one of the method here. I'm not writing anything, just I'm trying to show you which options. So last time I told you there are some wizard options. In wizard, I told you how and which methods are generated when you select context, read, set, append, table. I gave some approaches, how to use, what is the purpose of read operation, set operation, append operation, how to generate the methods I told you, but I have not used yet. So similarly, there are some more operations in wizard, general. Context operations with read, set, append, table, I told you in the last class, so let me open that. You can see in class 4, here you can see I told you these things. Node plus read, node plus set, node plus read table, node set table, node append, attribute read, attribute set. So these are code wizard options. But these are context based options. Remember that. These are context based options. Similarly, we have some more options here. When you select wizard, you can see context options. I give the list of context options. We are going to use in the coming examples. But similarly, there are general options also. There are some general options here. I just want to give the list of options now under general. So let me give that. Code wizard, general options. Code wizard, general options. So here, first one of the option is method call in current controller. Method call in current controller. So this option we are going to use to access method of same controller. We are going to use this option to access method of same controller. How to use, you leave it to me, I'll discuss practically. but that's a purpose. If you want to access method of same controller, you can use that first option in Code Wizard. You can see first option. Then there is one more option, method call in used controller. Method call in used controller. So this is to access method of another controller. Remember that. To access method of another controller, we use that second option. Similarly, there is one more option, instantiate. There is one more option like instantiate used component. So this option is to activate component in the memory. It's better I write reusable component. To activate reusable component in the memory, we use that third option. How to use it, you just leave it to me. I'll explain practically. And then there is one more option like start navigation. You can see this. There is fourth option. You can see start navigation. So start navigation we try to use to execute outbound plug. To execute outbound plug, we use that, and this concept comes into picture to jump from one view to another view. If you want to jump from one view to another view, you can execute outbound plug to jump from one view to another view, and that code can be auto-generated by using start navigation option. That means from one screen you can go to another screen just by using this option, start navigation, by providing outbound plug name. So that we are going to use it, don't worry. And there is one more option like generate message. Generate message. And generate message is to print messages on WebDimPro view. That means on WebDimPro screen, if you want to print messages, you can use this. Messages in the sense, you can use success message, warning message, error message, and something like message class message. Any messages you can print by using that option. In message-based programming, I will tell you how to use this option. Don't worry now. Like that, there is one more option like text symbol access. Text symbol access, this is to access text messages from assistance class. We are going to use this concept also. Whenever you want to use assistance class, then this option comes into picture. And then there is one more important option like generate pop-up. You can see that in Wizard, there is one option like generate pop-up. Generate pop-up. So this is to access, or I can say this is to open different types of windows. I can say different types of windows means pop-up window, similarly external windows, and confirmation dialog windows. Pop-up windows, external windows, confirmation dialog windows. In that situation, we use generate pop-up. So I'll explain practically, don't worry now. So similarly, there is one more option like portal integration. So this is to integrate WebDim Pro components into portal server. So what is portal server? You leave it to me. I'll take separate class to explain this. Then similarly, there is one more option like personalization. We use this option to provide user specific settings. For applications. User specific settings, to provide that we use this concept, personalization. So these are the options available in CodeWizard. So in CodeWizard, okay, let me open that. So you can see in the last class I gave these are the CodeWizard options. These are some of the options. In today's class I just gave the list of these options, and in the last class I gave these options. So you have to remember these things. Remembering in the sense, by practicing you can easily understand these things. So what I'll try to do is, the next class onwards, we start using each and every option. They are very, very simple to use. I'll give that guarantee, but next class onwards, we'll try to use slowly these options, one option after the other. So whatever we have written, whatever I written yesterday in the last class and today's class, they are just standard. And you'll understand very easily when I start using those things in different examples. But as far as CodeWizard is concerned, these are the options. General options and context options. We are going to use everything. And without CodeWizard also, we are going to write the code. Without CodeWizard also, as a developer, we are going to write the code. So that will come at the next level. Okay, so what I can suggest you is, the next class I'll take it on Monday, and in Monday's class I'll be using contextual panel example. Contextual panel example, I'll be using this. After that, I'll be using database operations, and I'll be using context-based programming. So the total WebDim Pro depends on these three concepts. So mostly contextual panel example, I'll cover it on Monday. After that, context-based programming, I'll explain. Context-based programming means these things. I'll be explaining when to use these methods. Context element methods, context node methods, in which situation you have to use which method, and what is the syntax, I'm going to explain. The most important in WebDim Pro. So that I'll be explaining here, mostly on Tuesday. And database operations, I'll be explaining on Wednesday. So why I'm writing specifically here is, these are very important classes. If you have any emergency also, make sure that you are postponing those things and try to attend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Very important. Once if you understand these three classes, I can give guarantee that WebDim Pro is very easy. So remember that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they are very important. Okay, I'll take some doubts from your side. Hello students, are you able to follow me? Okay.
Yes, actually I'd like to ask a question.
Okay.
Yeah, these all methods what you told in the interfaces are just the important methods, or these are the only methods will be used?
In real time we use these methods. These are almost, I covered 90% of the methods. 90% of the methods I have written in this notepad. 10% of the methods we don't use it in real time. Don't worry about that. Are you getting my point?
Yes, yes.
And not only these methods, in dynamic programming, we are going to use classes and its methods. We are going to use classes and its methods also. That also comes into picture, don't worry. But now onwards, I'll go in sequence. I gave everything, whatever the standard list is required, that I gave it in last class and today's class. So from now onwards, we'll understand the syntaxes and we'll try to use it. What about others? Any doubts from your side?
Sir, in this particular course, will you give some assignments or just the real-time scenario to practice?
I'll give some components which are developed in real time. I'll give some components which are developed with complex scenarios, and I'll give assignments also. Don't worry. As of now, I did not explain anything. So how can I give assignments now? So in the coming examples, after 3-4 classes, I start giving assignments to you.
Okay.
Got the point?
Yes, sir.
As of now, we have not started actual course. As soon as I start, after completing these basics, then I keep on giving assignments. Don't worry.
Okay.
Hello? What about other students? Are you understanding my point?
Yes. Hello?
Hello? Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, sir, I want to ask a question regarding the configuration.
Can you raise your voice?
Could you explain,
Your voice is not clear.
explain,
Your voice is not clear. Hello? I think your voice is not clear. It's not audible. Okay, what about others? Okay, configuration of WebDimpro, I'll try to explain mostly after 3 classes. Don't worry about that. How to configure WebDimpro, there are 6 to 7 steps. I'll be explaining that. FiceCon, okay?
What about web services? Web services, will you be explaining how to use these in web services?
No, web
Generate web
services,
services and use them.
we don't use web services in WebDimpro. We don't have that concept in WebDimpro ABAP concept. In WebDimpro ABAP, we don't have that topic, web services. Web services is used by WebDimpro Java framework, not WebDimpro ABAP framework. Got the point?
Yes, yes.
What about others? Sneha, is everything clear? And Charulat, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, and students, I just want to instruct you. So please don't miss any class. Maximum try to attend the class, because once if you miss one class, then you will be disconnected with this particular course and the syllabus, because you will not understand the points. Every class is related to another class. Remember that. So please don't miss it.
Yes. Yes, but sometimes there's a work in the office, so I have to stay back. So that's a real problem actually.
Okay,
If
if you are
sometimes
missing,
you
if you are
start at
missing any class, then I'll send the link of that video link. But don't depend on video links every day.
because I can't ask questions in the video link, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't depend on that. So I'll try to help you in 100%. I'll try to help you if you miss any class. Don't worry. Clear? Okay, I'm closing the session for
Just
today.
one question. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm closing the session today, and on Monday at 8 o'clock we'll meet again. Don't miss Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay?